What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jason with JCS Reefing, and in this video we're going to set up an Innovative Marine Nuvo Fusion 15-gallon tank. Now if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be notified of future videos. But as far as the packaging on this Innovative Marine tank, as expected, it came extremely well packaged with double boxed, a bunch of styrofoam and plastic wrapping the tank. Now once I got that tank out of the box and put it in the place in the house where I'm going to leave it and set it up, like most of their products that I've had a couple tanks from them, and they're always really well crafted in my opinion. And as far as this tank was $99. So if you're looking to try to get in the hobby and kind of just get your feet wet, this might be an option for you to go in, since it's such an affordable tank to get started. Now as far as the chambers in the back, it did come with a filter sock. I probably will be switching that out for just filter floss, some rubble rock, or maybe a media basket down the road. But then it has the return pump with it. And as far as the scape, I'm going to do something real simple. I just took these two pieces of Tonga branch, epoxied them together, threw some sand on the epoxy mixed with some super glue to kind of give it more of a natural texture where the seam is. And then once I did that, it was pretty much just to get it into the tank and spin it around a little bit, play with what kind of looked best. Now I am doing this tank with my daughter, so once she told me to spin it back to the original side that I had it, pretty much just left it alone. And I must say that it actually turned out pretty decent. Just something real simple. There are some rocks that I'm going to be taking from her 3-gallon tank up in her bedroom and kind of putting them in here with some corals and whatnot. So we'll see that a little bit later in this video. Now as far as filling up the tank, I'm going to be taking water, since this tank is due for a water change, and basically just siphoning water from my 150-gallon tank and then siphoning it and filling up the 15-gallon tank, which is kind of right around the corner. Now this obviously did not take very long since it's only 15 gallons. I will also be taking down my daughter's 3-gallon tank. I know I haven't really done any videos on that tank, but she did have a little 3-gallon up in her room, and I told her that we can take the stuff out of that and put it in a little bit bigger of a tank, and she can help me with this, so kind of a learning process for her. So as far as taking all the stuff out of this tank, it's like 3 gallons I think total. So it really has pretty simple stuff. It has, I believe, like an electric or blue damsel. It has a peppermint shrimp, some snails, some crabs, Kenya tree, zoanthids, trumpet coral. I believe that's pretty much it that was in this tank. So it was real simple to do, nothing too fancy, just basically going through the sequence of emptying a tank. Now I will be using a smart power strip for this tank, and I do get these boxes off of Amazon, and they're actually really good because they fit the power strip right in the box. It kind of hides all the cables, and also keeps some of the water. You know, if you get splashes or something like that, it does have a lid on it, so no water will drip directly into there. But this is just going to be a simple smart power strip that I can toggle on and off with my phone or Alexa or whatever, you know, the app is that came with it. And then there was nothing more to do but to mount the light onto the tank. Now as far as the light, it is something that I had laying around the house, but all in all, this tank could probably get up and running for probably a $200 mark, maybe even less. I am using a cheap Aqueon preset heater. You could get fancy and get an Inkbird controller to control that heater to make sure that it did not fail. But as far as other stuff in the tank, the corals obviously would be an added cost. For me, my previous video, the fish were nipping at some of these corals, so I wanted to get them out and put them into this tank. Now once the tank was set up, I will say I was pretty surprised how clear everything was. Everything seems to be doing really well after about 24 hours. I did get to take the coral that were being nipped on by the fish in my 150-gallon tank, and as well as all the coral from my daughter's little tank. And then I added these 2 pieces of bird's nest and stuff at the top. As far as the hammer, it is still kind of battling, coming back. I might cut some of the dead spots off and see if that'll kind of come back. But as far as everything else is looking healthy. I took a couple pieces of red Monte Power just to give it a little bit of color in the bottom. Now, since I took most of this stuff from my daughter's tank, this is going to be something I'm going to try to do with her and hopefully film a lot of it together to kind of show that it does not need to be complicated. This hobby can be as complicated or not, depending on how you want to make it. Now, this tank is really simple. There's nothing but tank, a light, a heater, a return pump, a little pieces of rock basically, and you're up and running. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified of future videos. Like and comment below if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them, and happy reefing. Cheers.